What's going on, everybody? Austin here with Theory Real Estate here on beautiful South Tacoma Way in front of the famous STW sign, here with a very special guest today for our latest episode of Theory's Burning Questions. This is Joe Bushnell, City Council member. Thanks for being here today.
Thank you. Really glad to be here and excited to answer some questions.
Let's do it. So this is Theory's Burning Questions. I have 10 rapid fire questions for you. Joe has not seen these questions before, so we're getting the real honest truth out of him. You ready to go?
I'm ready.
All right. First question is a hard hitter. Can you introduce yourself?
Yeah, so I'm Joe Bushnell, born and raised in the city of Tacoma, and I actually live just down the street over on 62nd and Montgomery. I spent a little over a decade in the Marine Corps, and I currently serve as a city council member.
Awesome. How long have you been doing that for?
I've been doing it for a grand total of 5 months.
5 months, all right,
Yeah.
love it, love it. Next question for you, what was your first job?
My first job, when I was in high school, I did some lawn mowing to collect money during the summer.
Nice.
I've also helped like shingle roofs and stuff, when I was a teenager as well.
Awesome.
And my first real big boy job was actually right out of high school, was joining the Marine Corps. I graduated in June and was shipped off in July.
Awesome. Great. A lot of good jobs there.
Oh yeah.
Next question for you, what do you love about Tacoma?
I really love Tacoma for many reasons. The number one reason is the people. I really feel like there's a certain kind of person that lives in Tacoma, and you find that, and I've been all over the world, and I tell people, hey, I'm from Tacoma. They're like, oh, I've been to Tacoma, or I've lived in Tacoma,
Yeah.
or I love Tacoma at one point or another in their lives. And it was wild just figuring out how many different people had ties associated with Tacoma.
Yeah, it's pretty awesome, especially on days like today. Like, who could complain?
It's beautiful.
It's beautiful. All right, next question for you. Why did you decide to run for city council?
You know, for me, it's really about service to others in the community. I really believe that the highest calling a person can make is to serve. And, I've done that when I was young and doing volunteer programs, and then obviously serving in the military. After I finished with the Marine Corps, I was looking to what can I do to give back to the community. And I volunteered with like the South Tacoma Neighborhood Council, joining a bunch of different organizations and different groups to really give back to the community. And then the opportunity came up to run for council, and I love this city, so I was like, of course, what better way to continue to serve than to try and serve and make the community a better place for everybody.
Awesome. That's great. Love the commitment to service.
Thank you.
All right, we just moved locations. Someone was weed whacking, so let's keep it going. Question number 5 for you. What are some of your favorite restaurants here in Tacoma?
Oh my gosh, there are so many.
That's a tough one.
Yeah, it's a tough one. Dusty's Hideaway comes to mind over in the McKinley area. I actually really love the Church Cantina down on South Tacoma Way. They have some really bomb holy burritos.
Oh yeah. All their food is amazing.
Oh yeah, for sure. Oh man, I really like to go to Edison City Ale House.
Yep.
This is my local watering hole, so if you want to look for me, you can probably find me there. Drinking a beer, cider, they have really awesome selection.
Cool.
Yeah, there's so many to name, but off the top of my head, that's what I think about.
Awesome. Next question for you. What does a day in the life of a city council member look like?
It's really different every single day. There's always something unique going on, events to attend, committee meetings, board meetings.
Videos to film.
Yeah. And so each day is unique. There's a lot of challenges obviously going on in the community. The most rewarding things for me to attend and go to is representing the community and presenting like awards or appreciation to individuals that are doing good work in the community.
Cool.
A few weeks ago, I had the opportunity to go to the Fred Meyer on 72nd and Pacific.
Okay.
And got to award a woman that had been working there for over 10 years, and she did a lot of loss prevention stuff. Obviously a very difficult part of our district. But she really built that community there, and working with the neighbors to make it a really vibrant and welcoming place to be.
That's awesome. I love that no 2 days are the same. Like, sounds like a lot of variety in your day-to-day life.
Yeah, there's tons of variety, and currently this is all I'm doing.
Yeah.
Although technically it's Tacoma City Council is part-time.
Okay.
And I really want to be able to do this full-time, so I'm actually looking for other work as well. But just so that the community knows that technically City Council is part-time, because a lot of folks don't actually know that.
Right. That was actually I had that. It's not on this list of questions, but
yeah.
I was going to ask you that separately. I was curious. Are some cities full-time and others part-time, or does it depend?
Yeah, it just really depends
Okay.
on the city. I know Seattle is full-time.
Okay.
And there's some others that are full-time, but a vast majority are part-time, but it tends to be when you get into a larger city, the council is full-time because there's just so many issues going on, and you know, me as a community member, I always ask myself, what would I expect out of my council member?
Right.
And I'd want them to be present and responsive and going to all these different board meetings, community meetings, whatever, at any time, or answering phone calls and taking emails.
Yeah.
But the reality is, even with all these issues, right now the council is technically part-time, so some of my colleagues still have full-time jobs on top of what they're doing, and this alone is a full-time job. I'm just technically it's part-time.
Technically.
Yes.
Well, you may have already alluded to this, but what would you say is your favorite thing about your job on city council?
Yeah, my favorite thing is really to be out there and talking with folks.
Yeah.
I love to be able to reward, you know, and recognize folks out in the community that are doing really good work.
Yeah.
To make our community a better place to live.
Awesome.
And work.
Okay, what's the flip side? So what would you say is your least favorite thing about your job on city council?
My least favorite thing is I always want to help, right? And sometimes folks come to me with problems that, one, may be outside my jurisdiction.
Yeah.
Two is just something that I can't necessarily help with in my capacity. So I do try to direct folks to people that might be able to help them.
Okay.
But then there's other things where, like, I really empathize with the issues that they're facing, but I just cannot help them with the position that I'm in.
Right.
And that, it really breaks my heart, and it hurts me. And it's been difficult actually to try and think about and feel those feelings, because I've never really had that happen before.
Yeah.
Right. So that's kind of the most difficult part for me.
Okay. Alrighty, 2 more questions for you.
All right, I'm ready.
What do you think is the greatest single need in our city right now?
I think the largest need is how we can come together to support those that are living on the streets and get them off the streets.
Yeah.
It's a really difficult situation for whoever is ending up in that spot.
Yeah.
There's many reasons why someone might end up on the street, and there's many reasons why someone may or may not accept services to get off the street.
Right.
And so we need to make sure that we as a city are able to be compassionate and provide those services to get folks off the street. And then also make sure that, you know, our homeowners, our business owners, and everybody else, and those that are on the street feel safe,
right,
and are able to, you know, live their life.
Yeah, that's a great answer. The last person we interviewed was Duke Paulson with the Tacoma Rescue Commission, and it was interesting hearing his perspective on, one, like why homelessness exists, why it's getting worse, and just it's such a huge issue in our community right now with a lot of stigma behind it. So it's great that people like you and our community is working on solutions for it.
Yeah, there's no one silver bullet,
right,
and whatever solutions we do come up with, it's going to be multifaceted and it's going to take time.
It's a long-term thing. Yeah,
it's a long-term thing, and you know, we've had folks on the streets long before the pandemic. Obviously, it's made it worse, but you know, there's just so many different ways that we need to work together to get these folks the help they need.
100%. Great answer. All right, last question for you. This is a big one.
All right, I'm ready.
What would you say to your younger self?
Oh man, that's a tough question. You know, I'd probably tell my younger self to keep on keeping on.
Keep on keeping on.
Yeah, there's a lot of tough roads ahead, and not to forget why you're doing what you're doing.
Yeah.
You know, family, friends, community, and really to focus in on why and the passion that you have and why you want to be a part of the community and do good things.
Yeah.
And so just keep that at the forefront and keep running.
Love it. Remember your why. Good stuff.
Absolutely.
Well, thank you very much for joining us today. Anything
you.
you want to share with the people? Anything you want to say?
Yeah, absolutely. I would just want to say that, you know, times are tough for everybody, but I think that through tough times, we are able to come together as a community and make the future brighter for everybody. And I think we really just need to work together as a team. We come up with creative solutions as a team, and we work together to make a brighter future for yourself and your families. So thank you so much for the time, and I really appreciate you taking the time to question me. And yeah.
Beautifully said. Thank you so much. Thank you, Joe.
Thank you.
Appreciate your time. Thanks for watching Theories Burning Questions. We'll see y'all next time.